Hi Taurus, welcome to the Oracle Transit. We're going to do a reading this evening. Expect the unexpected. Expect the unexpected is what I'm hearing for you, Taurus. You have the Seven of Swords in reverse. You have the High Priestess. And you have the Chariot. So I feel like a lot of you are trying to escape something. I think a lot of you are trying to escape possibly something that has haunted you. For some, it's kind of like you're trying to escape some old habits, some things that you're not proud of but you're working on. You're trying to escape your past. Some of you have allowed your past, things you've done in the dark, or things that have caught up with you, you've allowed them to stall your growth or stall your new starts and your new beginning. I feel like a lot of you are trying to release yourself, take your hands off of a certain situation, allow things to be, allow things to transition the way that they are going to without you being in control or adding your controlling hands to it. It's kind of like you're taking your hands off of a situation and you're letting fate decide. Not allowing fate to completely decide, but you're going to take the necessary steps so that fate can lead you into the right direction. A lot of you want to release yourself from situations, or you were in a situation that was not healthy for you, it was not good for you, it had you in a state of mind that you were not using your intuition, you were not paying attention to the red flags, you were not paying attention to the problems that have occurred. Some of you have, you know that it was something possibly that you weren't supposed to do, or do something. It was something that you were not supposed to be doing. And you allowed your mind to wonder and think about it, and you thought about it so much, the temptation, you couldn't resist this temptation. And this temptation put you in a situation that it left you stuck. It left you with you feeling like you don't know what to do. You're not sure what actions to take. It left you in a situation where your hands were tied and you couldn't escape. It put you in a situation that you usually, Taurus, um, don't or will not allow yourself to drift into. You usually tend to have more stability. You tend to have more. You tend to be more grounded, and so this has left you upside down in the situation where you're questioning who you are. I think some of you are going through or went through a dark night of the soul. Is you're going through a situation where, or this situation is a life lesson for you so that you can let go of your ego, so you can take control of your ego. You can be balanced. I feel like this situation, your ego allowed you to fall. Your ego allowed you to talk you into choosing and making choices that left you stuck. And now you're trying to figure out. You're trying to figure it out. I feel like a lot of you You're going through the emotion presently. Some of you, your ego has fallen apart. Your ego is being torn down. You're seeing who you are. Right now, I feel like a lot of you are very sensitive. It's something about not wanting to be in the light. Maybe you can't stand bright lights for some of you. It could give you headaches, but some of you are very sensitive. You're very, very, very sensitive at the moment. It's like your new skin is being exposed. And I feel like you're in between the shedding and the new skin. It's not totally torn down, but it's being torn down at this moment. Whatever your ego, whatever you placed yourself in, and I feel like a lot of you are shedding your way out of that. I feel like a lot of you may have kept some secrets. You've kept some secrets to yourself about yourself. You know, you see certain things about you that are not pleasing, and I feel like you've kind of looked away and turned your head away from those thoughts. But the reason you're so sensitive right now is because you're seeing who you really are or who you were. And I don't feel like a lot of you are proud of that. I feel like some of you are ashamed of some things, some choices that you've made. A lot of secrets I feel are being exposed. A lot of truths are being exposed in your situation. I feel like a lot of you are facing that, and you are going through the truth hurts. But your ego is being torn down at this moment. But moving forward, you will move forward out of this situation victoriously. You will make it out of this situation. You have endured so much. I feel like a lot of you are going to now take control. You're going to control that ego. You're going to be balanced. And you're going to have a smooth ride moving forward. A lot of you know that you're now listening to your intuition. You're now praying. You're now being more dedicated and grounded in your spiritual life. A lot of you are leaders to some degree. A lot of people are looking up to you. Some of you may feel at the moment embarrassed by certain choices, but a lot of you are going to be admired by your enduring and breaking through your situation. A lot of people are going to look up to you. It's going to motivate others to allow themselves to go through and examine their hearts and their minds. So a lot of people, so you may think people are going to, whatever you're ashamed about, whatever was hidden, a lot of you are going to realize that it wasn't so bad after all. Yes, it was not fun and it was not pleasant, but others are learning from your experience, and I feel like people are going to look up to you. They're going to look up to you for doing the right thing. For some of you currently may be battling with whether to do the right thing, and you're going to decide to do the right thing, and people are going to look up to you for coming forward and doing what's right. And you're definitely going to be in control. Like I said, some of you are going to be the center of attention. There's a lot of attention based on this outcome. There's a lot of attention. People are going to look up to you. People, you may meet some people, and like I said, you're going to be, you were feeling ashamed, but a lot of people are going to come up to you admiring you, or they're going to say, hey, there's nothing to be ashamed of. I've gone through that myself. Excuse me. So you're going to retreat and leave out of this dark night of the soul experience at the moment. Yeah. You need to work on for you, whatever you went through in your past, it was a learning experience. It was a learning experience. I think you need to focus and work on forgiving and learning. You need to allow yourself to heal from this situation. Don't allow it to continue to bring you down. I feel like a lot of you have self love. You're going through that self love moment. It's you, who you really are, and your ego are battling. And I feel like in the end, of course, you're going to be honest. The truth always wins. You're going to come out in the truth. You're going to be honest with yourself and know that there's certain actions that you need to take so that you can move forward. They're not going to be pleasant. There may not be any decision to do the right thing. It could cost you. It could cost you finances. It could cost you a friend. It could cost you the stability between you and your family currently. But in the end, with the Chariot, you're going to leave out of the situation victoriously. Some of you are in situations that you don't know how you're going to get out of the situation, but you're going to get out of this situation, and later on you look back, you're going to realize that you're gonna almost have this feeling of, I don't know how that happened. I hear something's going to like just fly over your head. You're not going to understand at that moment. You're not going to get it. It's like out of nowhere, your whole life is going to turn around. Out of nowhere, you're going to be out of the darkness. Just like that. You are retreating. You're leaving the past behind. You're moving forward. You're not going to allow your past to keep you back. A lot of you are going to, were not confident in certain situations, and now you're going to have, in the future, have that confidence that you can achieve. You can move forward and go after the things that you have always wanted, that's in your heart to do. You don't have this dead weight on you. You don't have this leftover on you. Separation. Yeah, you're definitely moving forward and out of a situation. Some of you are moving away from toxic relationships. Some of you have already ended relationships, but it's just the recovering from the aftermath, which is this energy here you're currently going through. But you will leave out of your situation victoriously. Like I said, there's a lot of attention around you. Your situation will be balanced. Yeah, you see all these cards you have on the Chariot. You have retreat, past life relationship, separation, release your ex. You know, there's going to be, for some in the future, if you have not already separated, you're going to separate from a certain significant other, a spouse. You're going to separate. For some of you, you're just separating from old energy. You're separating from past energy. You're separating yourself from being defeated, because you're not defeated. You're going to go into the future undefeated. Getting to know each other. Yes, at this moment you are currently getting to know yourself. You're it's like you're sitting in a chair, and you're forced to see your outcomes. You're forced to see the things that you've done, the choices you've made. You're dealing with what you've been holding on to. You're dealing with what you've been hiding. Some of you are wounded, but you've been hiding it. But now you're dealing with it, and this is a very sensitive time for you. It's very sensitive, but the light is cleansing you. The light is carrying you through, and the light is also healing you. A lot of you feel that some type of relationship has put you in this situation, or a relationship, some type of feelings that were false. I'm sorry, placed you in this situation. Temptation placed you in this excuse me. Temptation placed you in the situation, but I feel like you need to forgive yourself. I feel like in the past you went into a learning experience, because you were going down the wrong path. You were not confident in yourself. You were not taking action on certain opportunities that you needed to take action on, and it led you to be trapped in this situation. It detached you. It's like you were one way before. This situation detached who you were, and your ego took over, and now you're seeing what's happened. It's hard to believe. It's hard to digest, but you're going through the healing at the moment. For some of you, you need to forgive yourself, or a situation, some type of relationship that you put a lot of work into, a situation that you wanted to work on, or you did work on, it left you nowhere. It's kind of like investing, and now you see that your investment was not the right investment. Some of you are also regretting being with, you were wanting to be with someone else, but your situation kept you from being with them, and you took them for granted. You didn't acknowledge them. You hid your feelings from them. You hid your feelings from yourself so that you could allow your ego to enjoy the fruits of its labor. Your ego was enjoying the seeds that it had planted for you to trap you in a situation. But I feel like you wanted to be with someone. This was someone new. This was someone that intrigued you. I feel like some of you feel like you've met your soulmate, or you met the person of your dreams, or while you were trapped in this situation, and you could not dedicate the time to them because your ego wouldn't let you or allow you. But you know that you have an opportunity, someone that there was a situation you just couldn't get a hold to, because this situation had you. So these two cards go together. This situation had you stuck. This situation, your ego placed you in a situation that tied you up. This situation came towards you as well, but you decided to allow the ego to take over, and you went the wrong way. It was a wrong choice. I feel like a lot of you are regretting that, going into the High Priestess reverse. You were in a situation where you knew you shouldn't have been in that situation. That was out of your character. And the big thing about this is you're going to see that you were actually, at the time you may have felt stuck, but you're going to see moving forward, I could have left out of that anytime I wanted to. That's why it's reversed, because you could have left out of this whenever you wanted to, but you allowed, or ego took over, whether it was fear or just pride. It took over, and you're like, I'm going to do what I want to do. I can get away with it. Some of you, or your person, someone you're dealing with, thought they could get away with something, and it ended up trapping them. But you could have. It's a false impression of being stuck, but you're not. This is also a card of not believing in yourself. Not listening to your intuition. But you were free all along. I know you all are familiar with The Wizard of Oz, okay? So at the end, when the Oz had given them options, and he gave the Scarecrow like I forgot what he gave him, but he gave the Tin Man like this little heart, and he gave the lion something like a medal. But he was offering to help Dorothy by with the in the hot air balloon, where he was like he'll help her get home, and then it didn't go right. So Gwendolyn came down and she told Dorothy, she said, you could have went home anytime you wanted to. And the Scarecrow said to Gwendolyn, I believe he said, don't quote me, he said, well, why didn't you tell her? And Gwendolyn, the fairy godmother, was she the fairy godmother, or she was the good witch, okay? Forgive me, it's been a moment. But she was the good witch. And so Gwendolyn said to the Scarecrow, she said that Dorothy had to learn on her own. Dorothy had to see it for herself. She had to go through it so that it will stick with her. It's something she will never forget. This your situation also involves you just taking things for granted, you know, taking people for granted, taking opportunities for granted in a bad way, or not taking opportunities for granted. And like she said, she told her you could have gone home anytime you wanted to. And so Dorothy had to learn that lesson. She had to learn, Page of Pentacles. She had to learn. I'm surprised the Hangman isn't coming up, but she had to learn not to take the people that love her, not to take her moment. Don't take that for granted. Don't take people for granted. Don't take yourself for granted, because you get lost taking people for granted. You get lost in that whirlwind, and you get lost. You get separated from yourself. You get separated from people that love you. You get separated from opportunities that are waiting for you. You get separated. So that's what I'm seeing for you, Taurus. But I'm so happy to see the Chariot. I'm so happy to see you moving out of this toxic behavior. I'm so glad to see you moving away from toxic people. I'm glad to see you detaching from not believing in yourself. I'm so proud and happy for you, because that is, you know, some people live on this earth for 80 years and they don't have this opportunity. They stay stuck when they could move. But nobody wants to go through this. This is when you go through and it hurts, because you start feeling and seeing what you have done. These are the consequences. And you've looked away, you've hidden it from yourself. You like, oh, you know how ego, oh, we don't need to do that. We can do whatever we want to do. You're seeing that your choices, you can't do whatever. You can do whatever you want to do, but you have to always know that it doesn't only affect you, it affects everyone around you. Even people you think that it doesn't affect. That's why we can't take each other and ourselves for granted. I'm going to try not to allow your video to go over 30 minutes. See, oh, and some of you wanted to, you know, you are not the type to be out here just living any and every kind of way. But you tried it. You tried being a player, or you or your person. Somebody tried to be a player or be something they're not. And it didn't go well. And the reason it didn't go well is because, you know, you are better than what you think you are. You're better than that. So God had to allow you to go through a lesson so that you can see that you're better than that. It's important that you learn that so you won't be totally self-destroyed. You had to go through that. It was for your own benefit. We allow ourselves to be trapped. We allow ourselves and our choices to put us in situations, and then we get stuck, and then we're mad at everybody. We're mad at everything but us. We're mad at God. And God, I'm sure the Lord's like, I didn't tell you to do that. You decided to do that. You decided to go with this person, and you knew they weren't any good. You decided to not have confidence in yourself. You decided not to love yourself and allow yourself to be trapped in a situation. But God is there. God is always there, and He is willing and ready to help us remove ourselves out of toxic situation when we are ready. When you're ready, he's like, okay, it's already set up for you. He already has opportunities, gifts. He already has stability waiting for you. You just have to want it. You just have to walk towards it. You have to put in the work. Now, some of you have been in situations where you're stuck and it's messing with your finances. Some of you dealing with children, child support. Some of you detaching from baby mothers, baby fathers. A toxic relationship, an open relationship, a relationship that was a one-night stand led you to be a father and to pretend to want to be with someone, but you didn't want to be with them because you were scared that, the system, the authority, the legal authority was going to put their hands in your pocket. And I know Tauruses don't like that. You don't like anyone dealing with your pockets. Only person deals with Taurus pockets is Taurus. So I know Taurus wants to be in control of everything, And in this situation, too much control led you to feel as if you were trapped. But you weren't, because you had the opportunity, whatever you had decided, you could have done something different. But because of fear, because of you want to pretend like, your hands are tied, can't do anything when they're not, it led you into a disaster. And this could be you. This could be someone in your life. This could be if you're dating or you're in a relationship. This could be going on with this person, or this could be going on with you. So you take it how it resonates. And if it's not a relationship, it can just be life in general. It can be a work situation. It could be your finances. It could be relationship between you and your family. You have to take it how it resonates in your life. Just because I'm speaking on a relationship, we all have relationships. We have relationships with our finances. We have relationships with our family. We have relationships with our friends. We have a relationship. That's life. So you just take it how it resonates in your life. So you are going to move into something totally different. That's like what I said earlier. So we're going to just knock all this out the way because you're currently going through this, unfortunately. But it's going to be for the good, because you're going to turn out to be a totally different person. You're going to be even better. You're going to shine even brighter than you did before you allowed your ego to place you in a situation that left you trapped and not seeing the truth. So you're going to have a new look. People are going to see you and they're going to say, we already thought you had it going on, but you really have it going on now. Something's going to happen while you're in your, I like to say, well, I don't like to say, but when we're in the dark night of soul, it's our wilderness. You're going through the wilderness. And so you're going through that experience now, Taurus, or you or your person. But you're going to be shining out of this. And it's like all of a sudden something's going to occur. Something's going to happen. God is going to happen. That's what's going to happen. And your whole life is going to, that situation wherever you're in, that you're just raw at the moment. You want to be by yourself. You can't stand the light. The reason you can't stand the light is because it hurts. but this light is healing. And so you're going through that, but out of nowhere, all of a sudden, God happens. And I'm sorry, no, I'm not sorry. If you don't believe in God, that's your personal preference, but I do. And so I will be saying his name and giving him his praise. So if you're offended by that, you know. Maybe you need to look at another channel if you're offended. If you're easily offended, you have to work on that in your life. Something within you is loose. If you're easily offended by every little thing and everything anyone says, you have a problem with it, then that's when you have to you have to check yourself. You know, I don't have anything to do with that part. But some of you are going to go into new business opportunities. Some of you are going to start a new business out of this situation. Some of you are going to have to, your side business is going to turn out to be the only income that you have to have. Some of you, of course, you're going to leave that old life behind. You're going into a new life. And some of you, this person that you unfortunately took for granted, you're going to go and move towards this person. And it's for the best that you move towards this person now that you are stronger with a new mindset and a new heart, because now your relationship can withstand. It can be the best it can be. Because if you would have taken advantage of that situation earlier on in your past, you would have had hiccups that would have destroyed this situation. Some of you are coming into money. Some of you are coming into money. You're going to the one that you want. You're going to make it work. If it's not you, Taurus, it could be the person that you're involved with, or if you're involved with the Taurus. You are going to move towards the person that you want to be with. And it is best time now, because in the future, moving forward, this one is the one. You know that this person is the one, and you're going to move towards this person. And you two are going to really, really do some big things together. You really are. Some of you are going to collaborate as far as business with this person. You're not going to take this person for granted, and you're going to invest fully in this person. And you're not going to take them for granted ever again, because now you value this person. You value them now. At the time, you didn't. Some of you, Taurus, are going to find out that money can't buy you love. Money, the pretend life, you know, we put up all these false pretenses and false self that, you know, I'm this way, but really you're not. You're going to realize that didn't get you anywhere. You're going to be real now, Taurus. I feel like some of you have been living false lives. You've must have been not living your best life, but you've not been living it, because you've had this sense of self-worth comes from things that people can see, and how many people like you, and how many people give you attention, and just living a false life. This was a false life that you're going to detach from, because this, what I'm reading here, is your future. And now you're going to have the attention. It's going to be in the right way. Some of you are going to write books based on what you have been through. Some of you or your person, you know, they're going to help others that have gone through what they've experienced, to help other people not go through it or to help them out of situations. You have it going on in the future, Taurus. You are your person. So, Taurus, take advantage of every opportunity that you have clearly earned. You have not endured for nothing. You've endured, but I promise it is a gold. It is gold at the end of the rainbow. So thank you, Taurus. I hope you enjoyed your reading, and I'm very excited about your future, and I hope you're excited about it. If you're currently in that dark place at the moment and the light is hurting, just stay encouraged because your future is so bright, and you're going to come out of this dark night. You're going to come out of your wilderness. It's going to be such a shocker. It's going to go over your head. You're going to be like, how did that happen? Just remember, God happened. Take care, Taurus, and I will see you next time.